Okay, we are going to call to order the Tuscarora Township Parks Commission meeting, September 2nd, 2025, 6 p.m. Roll call, Alan Maves.
Present.
Brian Henry.
Present.
Patrick McGinnis.
Here.
Stacy Cole, here. We have a quorum. Public comments on agenda.
I don't think so.
So many.
Board comments on agenda.
I've got one, and a discussion being opened with, the chair. We've, agreed, and it's, I think the rest of the board will, that Doug's comments should be made during board comments rather than public comments.
Yes.
Gives a little more latitude on what he discusses and,
I second that.
I agree as well.
okay.
Okay. Do we have to make a motion?
No,
Do we have
no,
to
that was
vote?
just, that's a proceed, not,
Okay,
it's just,
okay. Any other board comments? Sorry, Brian, I know you're trying to.
So, no, it's all right, I can listen and read at the same time.
Do you have
I just
any,
want to skim through.
any comments on the agenda?
I do not.
Okay. So can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Do I have a second?
Ollie will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. I did not print out the minutes, but Pat did email them to us.
Correct. And I had no response, so there, that to me means there were no corrections, so we can,
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Okay. I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Okay, can I get a motion to approve the paying of the bills?
I have a couple of questions,
Okay,
but maybe you should do the, before discussion, the,
oh, sorry, do we have discussion on the bills?
I do.
Okay. Is that what you meant?
Chaski's, February of 2025.
Okay, Chasky's just, we're pretty sure he's just that far behind on his billing. We went back through the record, we looked back, and we haven't paid anything
okay.
since,
Okay.
so he's just that far. I went in with Chris and we dug back through and he's just that far behind.
So we're not late, they are.
Yeah, there's no penalties or anything, he's just
Okay,
billing it
yeah, I
that far
saw
behind.
Yep, yep.
So, can't pay him until you get them.
Okay, then the other one is propane plus.
Okay,
Is that okay?
Yeah, we got gas and diesel from them the first time that they've come, and the guy worked on our gas tank, the plunger on it, and got it kind of working, but said next time they come, they'll bring us new hoses, new gauges, change the filters,
Okay.
service our tanks for us too, so.
that's not for the propane, that was for the diesel and gas.
Diesel and gas, so we haven't got to the propane
They
yet,
haven't got to that yet.
no,
Okay.
we
Because we're
haven't.
not needing it yet,
Right,
correct?
I don't need it yet.
Right.
And we've let Ferrellgas know that they are not to fill our tanks.
Yes.
Okay, perfect,
So we're online to head right into that.
perfect.
Any more discussion on the bills?
No, I make a motion to pay the bills?
I will second, beat you, Brian.
It's all right.
All in favor?
Just means we're all on the same page.
Right?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Okay, next month. In November, our meeting, which is typically the first Tuesday of the month, is an election.
School election.
So, I have checked with the library. We can still have it if everyone would like, if everyone's fine with that, and just have it in the library instead of having it in here.
That's fine, we've done that before.
Yep.
Okay. So, does it have to have a motion?
Yes.
Okay, can I have I make a motion, we change the November meeting to the library instead of the meeting hall.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let Brian in.
Oh, yeah, I better let Brian make, yeah.
Well, no,
Sorry,
you
Brian.
did.
Okay, all opposed?
Just start opposing everything.
Okay, motion carried. Trash service. Okay. Right now, we have GFL. I have not, I don't know, I haven't seen the newest bill. Anyhow, what we pay them a year is $3,095.16. I called to see if they could give us a better deal. I left 3 messages with this Hannah Palmer, who is in charge, and she has still not returned my phone call.
They're horrible at returning calls.
They are.
I called Waste Management.
It's actually the same company, I think.
I think they're the same as Triple D. Well, Waste Management did give me a price.
Okay.
Now I gotta find it. I know with Waste Management, we had to have to sign a 3-year contract. Oh, here it is. Here's what I have. So Waste Management, we would have to sign a 3-year contract, and they would charge us $183.50 a month.
For the same coverage we're getting now.
Correct. But that coverage is $271.37 a month. Or I did call PAC out of Onaway. They do have a 3-year wait for a dumpster. However, we can purchase our own dumpster for $1,375. The lady gave me the name of the company. Would charge shipping, or we can pick it up. They're located in Owasso. PAC, what they would charge us would cost us $1,680 a year.
That's half, yeah.
And so, yeah, that's a $1,415.16 savings every year. So that dumpster, if we bought it, would pay for itself in the first year. I believe it's gonna be brought before the board. I did talk to Trudy, and there's a possibility that the township would help cover some of that cost since they use it also. Because it's all the trash. And PAC will service us. They just, because there's so many people switching, they have a 3-year wait for a dumpster. Doug said that it would be no problem for somebody to go down to Owasso to pick it up. We have a trailer, we have a truck that could haul it. So I propose, and the dumpster can be painted any color we want it. I just have to when we order it, whatever color we want it to be is what they'll paint
They
it.
sure opened the door on that one.
Now,
Yeah.
Any color?
okay, a question, are we going to be able to be on a routine schedule?
Yeah, that,
Where they pick that thing, I don't wanna
With
have to
Pat?
call them, yes.
Oh, yes.
Like our
They'll
dump,
pick it-
it'll be our dumpster, I just wanna make sure they come
Yeah.
every Monday and pick it up.
They will dump it once a week. I don't know
Okay.
if it'll be Monday. It
And-
might be a Tuesday.
Okay.
I don't know, but I can ask if it can be Monday.
Well, no, it doesn't,
Just-
I just
you want-
wanted to know.
Yes,
I
yes.
prefer, Monday's nice,
Okay,
better than Friday,
okay,
just because of the length of the
Yeah.
stink.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
pick it up on Monday morning, my big days are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
okay.
So it's out of there.
Yeah.
When they were coming on Fridays,
Then it sits.
it's that
for
all
a
week,
full
it
of-
stunk.
yeah.
So, yeah, Monday pickups would be awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, I can ask them if
That's-
they can do the Monday dump, but yes, we will be once a week. They will come and dump it.
That's considerable saving. I was gonna ask a similar question, cause I don't know a lot about them, or just, are we sure that the reliability is?
They are.
So, yeah.
They are very reliable, and
They do the community trash day at the airport.
Oh,
It, some
Okay.
point, some years we go to it twice a week.
And you
Just-
could do,
which
all you have to
that's-
do
I
is
mean,
call them
just-
and tell them,
Right,
I want it twice
just
a
so
week.
everybody's aware of that. This year we did not have to.
Okay.
We didn't get near as much household garbage this year for whatever
Oh, that's
reason.
Cool.
So,
I know that's who I have at my house. I have a regular dumpster at my house, not a big one, not an 8-yard, but I do, and they are great about it.
Nice.
I mean, they even came during the ice storm and dumped.
Well, those are nice savings.
They were,
It's considerable.
that's what I figure. I mean, that dumpster is gonna pay for itself in the first year, what we're saving, and like I said, I tried to get GFL, but nobody called me back.
Yeah,
That's par for the course.
And waste management, like I said, theirs is $183.50 a month. Oh, plus they charge $150 for initial delivery, and we have to commit to a 3-year with them. So, pack that would figure out 16.
purchasing your own seems like a no-brainer. I mean,
yeah.
Well, as long as they'll pick up extra when Doug calls them.
yeah, I don't think
It's-
that'll be a problem. I mean,
No, I mean you can't. I don't think you can call them today and say you got to come tomorrow.
right,
Yeah.
You got to
But
give them a little bit of time, but
right.
so their cost is $140 a month, and I have $183.50 or $271. I tried calling Triple D, and that's why I think Waste Management and Triple D was the same.
I think they are.
Little Traverse Disposable is the same as GFL, I found. I tried looking up all different ones.
Yeah,
I
oh,
just
yeah,
think
it's pretty
almost
well
$300 a
controlled.
month
Oh,
is
yeah,
ridiculous.
The bigger one, and my company does the same thing. Instead of competing, they just buy.
Right, you
They buy the
just
smaller companies and.
keep
and
their
then they
name
don't
on the
have to-
door,
They
yeah.
don't have to, compete with pricing. They can set their price and.
Okay, so I guess before we make the motion to switch and buy the dumpster, anybody care what color do we want it painted? Do we want it to say, I don't know, they might even put,
We're not into decals or stuff
Right.
like
Okay.
that.
Just either green or blue, dark green or blue. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's fine.
dark green or blue,
Yeah,
okay?
just a neutral earth
Yeah.
brown. I just don't want it to stick out.
I would suggest going with blue then,
Yeah.
to get away from the green at the recycling down here.
Okay.
Just
That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Okay,
Blue. Yeah, blue's fine. I don't care.
People see
Just-
green and they assume it's a recycle dumpster.
Correct.
Yeah. That's a
okay.
good call.
all right. So the motion is for us to purchase a dumpster and then switch to pack,
What size dumpster are we?
8-yard.
8 yards, okay.
That's their standard.
And-
That's what we have now, Doug said,
Yep, and we
and
will
that's.
go down and pick it up.
And we will go pick it up. So that is my motion that I'm making.
I will second that motion.
Oh, come on, you were gonna give Brian a chance.
Lost on back is not a bad
I
trip.
withdraw my motion.
Okay, do you second it, Brian?
I second it, yes. Thank you.
Good job, Brian.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. I will call them sometime this week
Okay.
and get the dumpster going.
Yep,
So I will call it down and,
okay. And-
all right.
Yep, and let me know and I will send either one of them, Jamie or Tom, will drive down there in the dump truck with the trailer and pick it up and bring it back.
Perfect.
Awesome. And
Okay.
just a side note, in future, he said something about community trash day. We might wanna consider at some point as a revenue source, putting a dumpster on a trailer and renting it out to be filled for your price that you're getting to have it dumped. Like double or triple that price and people would rent that. I would.
For events.
Huh? Just for a dumpster to come to your house? You know what I mean? You need
Oh,
to know,
yeah.
you're doing a little project at your house, you wanna clean your house out? This would be a dumpster that we rent me on it.
Yeah.
The parks makes them, you know what I mean? It's a simple, no-brainer. They take it back, park it at the park, and the guy dumps it when he's there. Just something to consider.
I think it's something we could add to the next agenda to discuss.
Yeah, down the way, it popped into my head when you said something about cleanup, you know.
The
Okay.
builder doing the repairs on my home just purchased the fleet of larger dumpsters because for him, it's easy money.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
drops them and leaves them for 5 days and picks them up. Then they take them out to the Atlanta dump because it's the cheapest.
Okay,
Yeah, there's a,
all right,
So should we add that on the agenda for next month?
yes,
yeah.
Okay.
please.
Good idea.
Okay, benches at DeVoe Beach. Karen, who works in the office, Karen Decker, has a friend whose mother died. They would like to purchase a bench with a plaque in memory of their mom. She originally had said on Veterans Pier. I did as much checking. I've tried to contact people to see if you have to be a veteran to have a bench in memory to be on the pier. And either people are not responding to me, they don't remember, or they don't think so.
Okay, boat race people, Hagrills, they have a memorial Keesock down there,
Yes.
and they paid totally for it. I'd be more in favor of something like that than a bench, because the women's club has spent a lot of money on benches down there, and they all look the same.
That's what they're talking. They
Yeah.
will purchase one of those
Oh, and
exact
just have a
same.
plaque on it? I
Correct.
could live with that.
Just a plaque that says in memory of her. And Karen did say if it can't be on the pier, they're fine with on the beach. They would prefer to purchase one of those benches. And I told her, I said, I think they're like $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, they're
And she
expensive.
said, they don't care. They just want,
The big wrought iron heavy ones are, yes.
and
they're-
she said money is not an issue. They want a bench that,
Just send her over to my place.
right?
Well, I agree with Pat. I think they need to be uniform.
And that's what I told her, and she said, no, that's what they would prefer, is to purchase the whole bench and just have it in her name, in memory of her. She moved up here, I guess, and she just really liked to go and sit there and watch the boats and watch whatever, so.
Do a
that's-
couple of the benches now have an end plaque or something on them?
In Boston, the end of them, there are,
so-
and they're veterans' names in memory of
Yeah,
most
so
of
we
them.
could
On the
attach a
legs.
plaque to one and not really be starting something new.
Attaching a plaque would be starting something.
Right.
That would
Yeah.
be.
Make them purchase
And-
the bench
With that
as,
embossed.
yes. If
Okay.
That
that's
would
what you
be-
want, that's what you have to purchase to have it there.
I brought up the idea, and talked it around about maybe a kiosk down there for Dustin Pearson. And
Yeah.
I was cautioned that if you go that route, where do you draw the line as to what's the criteria to have this down there? Are we now gonna let every person that comes along put up in memory of,
Yeah.
I mean, so there was discussion at that point, and with the boat race deal was maybe them making a finish line memorial that they decided whose names went on it. But then when you bring this up as benches, where do you know, where's
Well-
the line of,
If they wanna purchase a bench for $4,000,
Like I said, my concern is that the general appearance matches what we already have.
Oh, yeah, it's got to
Okay.
match. yeah.
Right.
and
and that's, like I said, that's what they're willing to do. That's.
I'm all for it then.
Another thing, just are you assuming liability for that bench at that time? When you take possession of the $4,000 bench, is the Parks Commission then going to, if something happens to that bench, somebody disfigures it, whatever, I mean, ice pushes up and bends it, or whatever happens, are you going to assume the responsibility of replacing it.
Well, how's
I-
it work with the benches
I was
that are there?
Just gonna
I
ask
don't
that
know.
question.
I
Are we
don't know that
liable for
question,
those?
and I don't know if anybody ever looked at it that way,
I
but
think Township has some insurance, I'm not sure how that would affect it, but
I just, a question I'm putting out there, it's another big ticket item that if it went bad, we would have difficulty replacing it.
Well,
Right, but I guess-
I would also
Almost,
assume
I
that
think,
those
come under
would
an act of
become
God,
township
though.
property
Yeah.
though, even though,
relieve.
Yes,
because that's a
probably.
donation to the
Probably.
township.
But
But I would
Liz-
also think that, like I said, like they said, and that's what I was gonna ask too, Alan, what about the benches that are already down there? Who's liable for them if something happens?
Well, I think if something like the ice, which can be bad some years.
Right.
That comes under an act of God, and,
Yep,
Our insurance should cover that.
and
that's correct.
I think I'm in favor, like I said, of letting them put the bench there, as long as it conforms, and, roll the dice on the ice. What's your thought, Doug? You're the one that has to,
I'm just putting it out there that it's just another maintenance trail, another free item with the maintenance trail, and it's not a huge one.
do we have a spot for it?
Well, there's always a spot. I mean, all it takes is a sawzall and a hammer drill, and you just cut the bolts off of one and put new ones in where you shift them to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just respace them on the concrete, it's not they're not permanently affixed or anything. So, yeah, there's room,
And they're not opposed to it being on the beach either.
and
it
there
can-
is room at the far end of the beach yet.
She
but
said if it can't be on the pier,
Yeah.
on the beach is fine.
If we were going to do that, the expense would come in then for 'em. If they wanna go along the beach like that, we'd have to make another bump out on the concrete, so it's not in the walkway, like all the rest
Yeah.
of them set back.
Yeah.
And that's a minimal expense, really, I mean, but it would have to be added to theirs so that we didn't have to run it, but other than that, I don't really have a problem with it, I'm just putting out there the,
Right.
Do we need
So-
a motion?
Sure. I guess. So,
I make a motion that we let them, and I would prefer that it goes on the beach.
okay.
You have to respace everything.
you don't have to do anything but pour another little pad there for the beach.
We need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Brian.
All in favor?
Contributed.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. I will get a hold of Karen and let her know, and she will get a hold of the family, and I will let them know that they have to pay for the bench and for,
The
What
pad
we
for
have
it
to
sit
do
on.
to
Yeah,
put the
same
pad.
concrete
Okay,
pad,
yep.
and I'll let her know tomorrow the size of that pad.
okay.
concrete pad.
Oh,
I
so
can
you wanna
tell that.
just let her know?
Yeah, I can
that
do
we
that.
decide- okay.
The-
Thank you.
And I can let her know where she can get that exact bench.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay. Veterans Pier bricks. So I received an email from someone, and I have to find it because I didn't print it off. Well, while I'm looking for that, we also, Karen Decker had a phone call and a visit from a lady who paid for a brick back in 2021. So if we are not doing this, then she wants a refund of her $50. And
Absolutely,
I get that
Yeah,
100%
definitely.
absolutely.
because
She didn't even really need to come to the board for that.
I
would've thought.
wasn't
She
sure
would've
how that
just-
worked.
But,
So
yeah, absolutely, if you, yeah, we have a 5 years, she's entitled to a refund.
okay, so
Cause
I
I
guess
don't
I
think
just
we're any
let-
closer to doing anything
not that
with
I'm aware of.
It's-
I have a question. So this project was initiated 5 years ago?
Oh,
and
it was
it's just never
longer.
come to fruition?
Oh, she just
No,
bought
it's-
a brick at Veterans Pier.
To
That
put-
thing started back in like,
Okay.
Yes.
yeah.
I
And-
misunderstood.
And we kind of ran into this where they were wearing out roadblock and
Right.
it's been shoved down the road and shoved down the road because nobody knows the answer, so, yes, please send her money back. I mean, I didn't know anybody was still waiting.
I
thought
didn't
we had-
either until Karen called me. And then Jim Vance was in, and he's asking questions about bricks at Veterans Pier because you can't read his anymore. And they want me to get back a hold of him what the plan is for the bricks, but I will admit I have not contacted him back because I don't know what the plan is for the bricks, and I don't know what I'm supposed to tell people because I don't have a clue.
Well, we have had a number of discussions about the bricks, and I think the board is in general agreement that something absolutely has to be done, because some of those bricks down there are deteriorated to the point you cannot read them. And, previous board members have suggested having someone make a display stand and put the bricks on those. The problems I have with that is the weight of the brick on the display stand is a lot of weight. I think something other than bricks on a display stand would work. And you can go with granite, a little granite, 4x6s, 4x8s, whatever, 4x12 or whatever size, for about the same price as a brick, but they're only, 3/8 of an inch thick. And they're laser engraved. You can include portraits, or you can do ceramic tiles, which they're still finding ceramic tiles perfectly preserved from Pompeii a couple thousand years ago.
And they're also a lot lighter.
I'm against replacing the bricks
Yeah, me too.
at Veterans Pier because that's just not gonna work with the sand problem.
Oh, exactly, we can't put it back on the ground, that's
Yeah.
just throwing money after, that was always the discussion got around to whether the cost of redoing it, because we're on the hook for 300 and some,
About 400 roughly, yeah.
yeah, about 400 bricks that
And
we
if-
would have to pay for up front.
Right. And then also, if you can't read them, how are you gonna know whose name?
Beth
Somebody-
had a list.
Yeah, somebody
She
has a
compiled a
list.
list
Yeah.
of all the
Okay.
names
Okay,
So
and the size of the bricks that they had. And remember, it's split between veterans and community members.
Right. Yes, and there should be two different displays,
Correct.
like, you know what I mean, separation
Yeah.
somehow in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, there's different displays, there should
Two
be
different
separation
displays,
so
yeah.
that. And I don't know where Beth ever left the dealings with Moran Ironworks on that.
Yeah, that's where it was at one point, yeah.
For them to,
I think Beth was left kind of in the lurch on it because we never really came to an agreement as a
Right, of
board
what
as
we
to
were
what we
going
were
to
gonna
use.
do, and she was going to them, but she didn't really have the information they needed. They
Right.
did express willingness to do it if we told them what we needed.
right, so we need to come up with what we're gonna use. And then proceed with the display afterward. Once we decide the material, then we'll decide the display.
You need to know how much weight that display is gonna
So-
have to carry.
Somebody wanna have some suggestions and something for us to look at by November? I can,
Well,
I
I would
have
say
a,
someone needs to touch base with Beth and be brought up to date on what Beth
okay,
did, and we can add this to the agenda for next month and discuss it in more detail. It would be nice to have something decided. It's too late now to have anything for this Veterans Day, but maybe if we have a general purpose idea and could have drawings or something
We could
and
kick
do a
it
little
off
thing
that
for
Veterans
Memorial
Day.
Day of 26 or
Yeah.
something, and show what's happening to show progress.
Okay,
Yeah, I will go out and touch base with Todd out at North Star Stone and see. I'm thinking that we might be able to get like a clay ceramic, just a little, like a veneer of a brick. They might be able to make them thin like that.
Yeah,
I've
well,
seen-
I-
He's got some display
I've
stuff
looked
that.
into it in the past, when this was discussed before, I looked at both ceramic tiles, and in our case, Jing and I, we have bought memorial plaques for our many deceased pets. Some of them were 30 years old out in the elements that we brought from California with us, and they still look great. And the price is comparable to what we'd have to pay for bricks now. The advantage of those is, even though it's a monotone color, you can laser engrave people's pictures on it, or whatever, you can,
Yep, really
wouldn't just be
personalize 'em.
the blocked lettering like we've had in the past, you could, and that's all included, because nowadays they just load the artwork into their computers and turn the laser on.
Right.
so what are we talking? We don't know yet what that's gonna cost per,
A few months ago, the bricks, I was told, were costing about $60 a brick to replace. We were only charging people 50
Right.
for a brick.
and that's, I just
They were
figured that out,
$25 when we originally got the bricks.
because
The
for 400
marble,
bricks at $50, that's
well, the
$20,000.
marble things, last time I priced them were $42 a piece. Same size as a single brick.
Where were we getting the bricks? Possibly getting the bricks from?
Doug, do you know the answer?
The
to
brick,
that?
we can get them from North Star Stone at cost,
Okay.
whatever he,
Cause I was gonna say, I can always reach out to Belgard or one of my
yeah,
vendors.
that's what Todd will do too, and he'll give
Yeah.
it to us. If he didn't, he's the type of guy that probably is gonna forget to bill you for at least a pallet of it
Yeah.
when you get it. Just, he gives back to everything like that. But even that aside, he'll give it to us just for what it costs him
cost, yeah.
to get there. So we're not, but the problem with the brick is the weight. And
weight.
then, again, both of these, you're looking at, before even the holders are done, $15,000 to $20,000 with both options that were just talked about there. So what we really gotta look at is, can we afford to replace everybody's things, or do we
I
have to
look
go
at
for a
it-
grant? Do we need to reach out to?
I look at it as we cannot afford not to. The township made a promise to the people
Well, this
with
is
not
where
enough
I'm
knowledge of
reaching out to
facts
Belgard,
when
because
the township
They may
made
give us the brick.
that these
Yeah,
bricks would
or
be
they may
forever.
be like, hey, we'd like to
So,
fund your
was it the
project.
township or the Parks
I mean,
Commission?
I
A township,
maybe we'll
well,
split that off.
Because if it's the
It was-
township, why is the Parks
No,
Commission
well,
responsible?
I'm backing up because Mike Ridley was in charge of the
Yeah, I will.
Parks Commission at that time. It was not on the township board
Okay,
when this first started off.
Okay.
because, yeah, that was just my question. If it's the township, not the parks, why is the parks in charge of it? But if he was,
Then just another thought on this. We need to plan a fundraiser, because I think people will come out and help us recoup, because those same people gave to that, to help
Get it started.
the park, you know what I mean, to help pay for that. Now, if you come back to them and say, look, it's actually costing us money, they might come back out and help you pay for the cost to get, you know what I mean? We will replace anyone that somebody doesn't, but a lot of people may come to you and want to just pay to have it replaced. Do some sort of a fundraiser or something, so the people that would like to help you can. You know what I mean, to give toward a fund for that. Geez, use like Bob's old fireworks can, and just put Veterans Pier bricks. Help us replace the bricks or something.
so why couldn't we look at tiles instead of bricks
You
that are
can.
not as heavy and are not going to probably be as expensive.
What's the weight of a brick, Doug?
Oh, those are right around 3 pounds piece.
Yeah, the tiles that we have are about 4 to 6 ounces.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're gonna be a lot lighter, and for sure.
It's-
And they're not, the price difference between that and the bricks isn't that much.
It is,
The tile idea is fantastic, I like it, but there's a huge expense with
Yes.
this that we have to figure
The
out
amount,
where we're gonna
yeah.
get the money.
Right, I'm just thinking
Before we
because
can go
if the
forward.
tile is a lot lighter, there's, number one, we need to look at that, because if we
Right.
do get these holders, we don't want it to be so much weight that eventually it's wearing it down and then the holders are ruined. So we
Well,
want
and
something
the
lighter.
Cumbersome of the size that you would have to have for the bricks, the size of the
Right.
structure would have to be bigger, heavier, you know what I
Heavier,
mean?
which is gonna cost more money.
Right, and it's gonna look more industrial and out, you know what I mean? Just thinking those others, nice streamlined, everything could be, with the tiles all the way around are better. I see that. My only thing is just, we have to make sure we know where the funding is coming from
Correct.
before you start forward with a project that you can't afford to do.
Because I agree, Pat, we can't afford not to, but if we don't have $20,000.
or as
And
Doug
that's-
said, gonna be more than more.
Right.
Right, well, I
Right,
just,
right,
like I said,
yeah,
I was
this
just
is-
figuring
yeah, this is-
400 at $50, and that's just for the bricks, that's not including the stand, and so,
Right.
and again, it's gonna be more, but I'm just, that's,
Unfortunately, the Parks is looking at lots of those big bills coming. I mean, we get right down here, the bathroom update. We gotta get, that figured out. That's gonna be somewhere around $100,000,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, that's.
But- I will get with Beth and see what information she has as far as how far she got with getting
We're just all gonna
information.
have to take a pay cut.
that's right.
Doug, do you know Tom Moran very well?
No, I only talked to him briefly when he was setting the fish. And I talked to him about structural, what he wanted for a base one time, but not much.
I
could
think we
probably
need
get
to
a
come
hold
up
of
with
him.
a ballpark idea of what the total cost is gonna be.
Right.
Right.
So
So let me get with Beth and see what she has first.
I will go out and get updates on ceramic and granite tiles.
Okay,
I'll also reach out to some of our hardscape vendors and see what I can make happen.
Okay.
That would be
The
great.
thing to keep in mind is we're looking at two different sizes.
Yeah.
Where the standard brick, which was what, 4x8, and then the oversized, which was 8x8,
Yeah.
correct? So we're looking at those two sizes.
I'll need to go and take some pictures and
Yeah.
I've got a couple different vendors I can bounce it off of and just see if anyone would be
Yeah.
interested in
I mean, the bricks on the ground is a good
contributing, or
idea.
if not, like, what kind of a deal they could do for us.
Because across in the woods, they've had them in there for a long, they don't have the sand. And
Yeah.
people, the traffic,
Right, well, but they have even went to the point that
they've been replacing them.
they bought their own engravers so that they can replace their own bricks.
Yeah.
Well, we had looked at that originally, I recall working with Mike on it.
Yeah.
And buying the laser engraver, it was just over $10,000 to buy
Yeah.
way back when, and putting it in industrial arts at the high school and having the students do the actual work. And, but money was tight then and elected to go this way. And
has anybody presented that to the school if they know of any grants or anything that could help pay for that and they could do that in exchange?
I would think that you'd be able to get a grant for something like through VA or somewhere along, you know what I mean? seemed like there would be some veterans organization that would wanna kick into something like that. You could reach out to maybe like Braveheart over in Lansing and see if they knew of any avenue for that. I didn't even think of that till you said that, but they're very proactive veteran.
Yes. Okay,
If, you know, I'm not saying that they would have the money themselves, but they
They
might know where to get you,
correct.
who to get you in touch with to
And
get the
they're all
money for that.
on donation, they run on,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
oh
are
yeah, we
gonna
do.
know people probably.
We work with them through the Eagles a lot too. I think my mother-in-law might know how to get a hold of them.
Okay, I think my uncle might.
Well, the
does,
Veteran
but-
Center right there in the county building in Sheboygan would be one place to start.
All right, so we're gonna put that on next month too. Our updates on
Yes,
bricks with ideas.
yes. So we will talk more about it, but we're good. I'm gonna let them know to give this lady her
Money back.
So
$50
just so we're
back.
clear, Brian's going to check with his source on the cost of bricks of the two sizes. I'll check with different sources on the two sizes for granite and ceramic. And, I guess we could shoot off, or I could shoot off an email to Moran. I got the name of the person that Tom has designated as a point go-to. And see if we can get a ballpark figure.
Okay,
But I think the big hangup originally was, did we want it stainless steel, iron, or what?
Right.
We didn't really even know what we wanted the display stand made out of, let alone what it was gonna carry.
Correct.
So,
Until we made the decision of the size, they can't ballpark anything
can't,
really
yeah.
for you till they've got an
Of-
idea of
of
what, how many square feet they're
Yeah.
gonna need to contain. I mean, so, yeah, if we can pick out what we wanna use by next meeting, that would be huge. Then we can go with square footage from there and
Okay.
start talking to Moran
and then we
about
can get a hold of Miranda.
options.
Okay, so do I need to get a hold of Beth about what she has
Yes.
still?
Yeah,
Okay,
get her information. Cause you're gonna wanna get with her about the bathrooms too.
and
she
would
has
it
all that
be
information
okay
as well.
to have you send out an email to the rest of us that'll let us know what you found out so we can discuss it at the next meeting?
yes, I will do
Okay.
that. Yes. Okay, I'll put that in here, else I'll forget. Okay, any more discussion on that? Okay, Green Dock Stairs,
That was me.
okay.
I was down to both days of the boat races, and I saw 10 to 12 people slip and fall after coming up the steps because it was so slippery down there. Somebody did spread sand, that helped a little bit, of course, it got all washed off. But there's two options. There is a sticky tape that you can put down, which is really cheap,
Yeah,
but
non-skid.
not sure it's gonna last.
Well, the problem would be getting it dried out long enough to put it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But there's also a paint, which is
Yeah.
probably 3 times the cost. But, yeah, I think something needs to be done. I mean, it was probably 8 to 10 kids and a couple of adults that went down.
On the paint, are you thinking of just the section by the ladder? or-
Yes, just by the ladder, that's
Or
it.
that whole section that's roped off for no dockage?
No, just by the ladder.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I didn't go down and measure it, I'm thinking 10 to 12 feet maybe, and then all the way to the grass. And I looked it up on Amazon, and you can buy a gallon, which, if I recall, covers 300 square feet. 300 square feet, which should be plenty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Cabot and, I mean, a few other stain companies make stain with grit in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How much is it at Amazon? Do you remember?
it was around $150 for the paint.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, the thing we would have to do is make sure any boards that needed to be replaced would be replaced before. I think the boards,
We
by the,
pretty much rebuilt that whole end when we tried to find
Yeah,
a place
that's
to
what it
put
looked
the
like
ladder
to
and
me
it was
too.
all rotted
Yep.
out.
Yep.
I rebuilt the substructure of that too. And yeah, I'm right there. Painting it is a good idea. People would put a carpet down there and that promoted it to be rotten and
Rot,
it
oh,
just,
yeah, definitely.
it got bad. That carpet actually would start to get
Tossed
moss
in the
growing
river.
on it and it got slippery too.
Oh, yeah.
It just,
Oh, yeah.
so, yeah, now all we gotta do is find 3 days that we can dry it out and
well,
paint it.
I would wait. till
I
the
probably
spring.
what I'll
It
do,
won't be the next 3 days.
probably what I'm gonna do is
No.
probably
The next week is supposed to get hot, though.
over the winter, I will just get some white wood, paint it with that paint,
I'll replace
and
the
then
treads.
replace it in one, you know what I mean, dried.
Yeah.
I'll have it all painted, ready to go in the spring,
And then
we'll
just
put it down.
replace the,
Because otherwise, those kids are down there before I can get down there in the
Yeah.
spring.
Yeah.
They're jumping out there when there's snow on the ground.
But it's not cold.
Huh?
But it's not cold.
No,
Okay.
so as I understand, Doug is proposing that he get the boards, replacement boards, paint them in the off-season over the winter, so they're dry, they're all set, and then
Yep.
come spring, just replacing that section.
yeah, and we'll do that, if we're gonna paint them, we'll do it with white wood, because the paint will never stick to the womanized, it just,
Yeah,
it'll peel off in big sheets.
Yeah, you have to use stains on
Yeah.
the pressure
so
treated
you
stuff.
think we'd be under what, $500 or?
Oh,
the
yeah.
total
Yeah,
paint and
for
boards
sure,
and everything?
that's a minor, we can just do that, I'll just do that as a regular routine maintenance, I mean,
Right.
it's no different than replacing picnic table boards, or when I replaced the boards down there
Right. So,
this spring because they were rotted out, so.
Okay.
does that
And what
have
I'll
to,
do is I'll just take those boards that we're removing and we'll just
Oh.
plug them in down the way. Trust me, I can find some ones to replace down there.
do we have to have a motion for that? If
Not
it's just
really.
gonna be general maintenance?
Just general maintenance, we can make a motion.
You can make a motion, then it forces me.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that,
But you have to do it.
we have Doug get the lumber and the paint and prepare the boards for replacement this coming spring.
I second that motion.
Perfect.
We should have made Doug second it. Extra accountability.
All in
Third it, there
favor?
you go.
I,
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. And I put
Oh,
the bathrooms on there.
Beach bathroom update.
Yep, I had you put it on there just because we haven't talked about it in a long time and we need to start moving again.
I think the last time you talked about it was one of the meetings I came to, because I remember looking at plans for it.
Yep. And
So
Beth
do you
should
wanna-
have all of that stuff.
Do you wanna,
It has been a few months.
Yeah.
do you wanna do that?
Okay, on the bathroom things, when I sent out the agenda, I got a response from the township supervisor today at 4:26 that said that they have had a conversation with Kyle Keller of District 4, and he agreed the bathrooms at DeVoe could be repurposed. However, whatever we do will require to have a well. The bathroom must have a stool, hand washing sink, and potable water. So those are the minimum requirements on anything on,
Okay. Yep.
I do you know, I got this too late to really look into it. But, we've discussed wells and stuff before. This is more Doug's alley than mine. But regardless, I think, of how this is approached, lines, waste lines are gonna have to be ran from wherever the bathrooms are gonna be to the lift station there at the park.
Correct.
So that cost is immaterial to the cost of replacing the bathrooms or any modifications to the bathrooms.
In the paperwork that Beth has from me, there's the cost for the hookup to the sewer system. I got an estimate on that. I had an estimate for crushing them, filling them, the old ones, removing them from site. Now, what Trudy is proposing in that she's writing about is that we use the structures that are there, fill the tanks, pump the tanks out, fill them in, reuse everything that's there and just put a flush toilet and a sink in there.
In the plumbing for it.
Right. Which is doable. I mean, the hardest part of that is going to be refilling that tank with stone, without taking the lid off of it. If you take the lid off of it, then you have to move the structure. And from looking at those things, many times they've been backed into, and they're not gonna move well. If you wanna cut a lot of cost, I mean, looking into it, if that structure will pass the health department, then we could run up and get couple of $6,000 sheds from
Yeah.
up there and put something at least shiny down there instead of those, you know what I mean?
I know,
I mean, we can cut
That's
some
a
costs by
possibility.
putting a shed there and plumbing the shed. Instead of
you wouldn't have
building
to
a.
insulate it, you wouldn't have, you
Correct.
probably would want an interior wall though, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
you want an interior wall with hardboard just for the
Hardboard
purposes
or-
of cleaning.
Shower plastic.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
hardboard this.
It's vinyl.
Vinyl,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you can clean it off. It's what's on them down there now. And yeah, I mean, if that would very well work. I mean, as
Because
long
I
as
think
they're
the
good with it.
200,000
I thought we
plus
had
is-
to be above a certain, you know what I mean? That it had to be building code. I didn't know if we can do it with a shed, I'm cool with that. I mean, but we need to start, I'll look into shed prices and look into seeing if we can do that. I
What
mean,
size are those bathrooms down there now?
I would say they're probably like 6 by 12.
So if we did that, we'd probably want to have it so you'd have more than one facility, at least two in each shed, right?
Well, I would think that would be nice, just so that if one
Because,
quit working, there was another one
Yeah.
available.
well, that, or, you know, sometimes those lines get long outside those bathrooms.
Yeah, I mean,
And if you had 2 or 3 stalls in there,
right.
do
Well-
things quicker, one sink.
It's cheaper to do it the first time than it is to come back and think you need to add to it later.
We do not need hot water in there.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't think so. You might want to check with health department on that, though. You might have to have hot water in a sink. I have to provide for my bathrooms up at the
Wouldn't
park.
think so.
I had
I
to
wouldn't
put in
think
a
so.
hot water heater for those bathrooms up there.
Okay, that's something to look into, but once again, we could go with
You go with the
tankless.
little $110 4-gallon hot water heater.
Yep,
First guy gets hot water, I mean,
But if you don't have to,
Or it's
what if we just supply hand sanitizer?
we have to have the water anyway. You
Right,
have
but
to-
if you don't have to have hot water.
Oh,
the problem I'd have with one of those small tank ones is you get the kids turning the hot water on and in a couple minutes, all the hot water's gone. That's why I propose tankless.
yeah, we did do on-demand at one of the parks too.
Yeah.
One of the bathrooms up there has on-demand.
The only thing you have to worry about with those is if we have to put in a well and that's where the water's coming from. the tankless ones, if you have well water, they not gum up, but they,
Okay.
my brother-in-law was a well driller, and he
Yeah.
said if you have a well, because you have well water, it'll calcify,
Right.
Okay.
they don't necessarily last as long then.
My experience, when we first moved here 20-some odd years ago, we got rid of a 40-gallon tank electric water heater, and we put in a tankless electric heater. And we had a lot of that calcium separating and clogging the screens and stuff in the shower head, the sinks and stuff like that. However, that's because we had the water set to 120 degrees on the tankless. If we set the temperature at 80, you get none of that separation.
Yeah.
We don't have to give them hot water.
Okay.
We have to give them warm
Yeah,
water.
I just, like I said, he
Right.
just said that with
Yeah.
when you have a well,
We're not
they're
using
harder
like hot
on the
showers.
tankless ones.
Yes.
Right, and the tankless now, the smaller ones like that they're getting to be pretty affordable,
Okay,
to where if it lasts 4 years, you buy another one
Yeah.
for $300-400, and you know what I mean? They're getting there, that's moving up really quick, it's gonna be like your VCR and your flat screen TV and it's the way of the future because it's so cost effective. So,
And we don't
anyway,
even
but.
know
I don't
if
think
we
$300 or
need the
$400 is
supply.
cost effective every
I
couple
will
of
look
years.
into
I
what
would
code
think it will
says.
last more
I
than
think
3 or 4
that's a
years.
I would too.
convenience.
Like I
mean,
said,
with only
with well
being
water,
used
I'm not
seasonal.
sure.
Yeah.
We do need water to wash your hands, but
I'll see what the requirements are. If we don't have to have it, we won't have it. But
Okay.
we'll do whatever we can do.
so
the
you'll also
cheapest.
check into the pricing of the,
I'll go up and
check-
get some breads on some sheds, and I'll start, by the next meeting, I will have some idea of what it would cost to take sheds from there and make bathrooms of them. Whether it's one unit split in half with 2 bathrooms,
now, the
Or-
Woodland Shed, which is over in Brutus,
okay?
I think
It's
it's a
the
family
same
thing.
place,
Same,
yeah.
same place, but they make them in Brutus, and
Yeah.
that's where we bought our shed. But there was a gentleman in there when we were buying ours, they did the plumbing and stuff on the shed for the toilets and everything in the price of the shed.
Okay.
And had the interior, so you just plopping them in place. And at that time, we got a 12 by 16, I think, and it was $10,000 or something, but,
And these are the guys out of Manton, right?
No, these are the guys in Brutus.
Okay.
They're Amish. You look at their
Okay,
brochures, and they're, the only
Amish
difference
people, all right.
is their location. So either one, the pricing was exactly the same. So that's why I say I think it's a family operation.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna look.
I would not go down to Home Depot and buy any of those,
No.
because these,
Oh, no, I would get one of these.
Yeah.
I bought one from up here by Travis, and
Yeah.
it's super nice, and Bob Wagner bought a really nice one there, I mean,
yeah, the one we
They're-
bought, it's made with 2x4s, 2x6s,
Yeah.
2x whatever, rather than the 1x3s or
Oh, yeah, no,
2x3s that,
these are quality
Yeah.
built.
You can get the nicer ones from Home Depot and Lowe's, but the displays that they have sitting out front are not the nicer ones.
yeah.
So
And-
you're gonna pay like considerably much more for the quality we wanna get.
When I bought mine, I had priced out what it was gonna cost me to build it, and it was not worth my
Right.
time to
Yeah.
build it. It was like, really? Thanks.
So
All right, next,
our understanding is this will be on the agenda again next week
Next
or
one.
next month.
yeah,
And that Doug will have the general ballpark pricing on the sheds. And we'll find out if we actually need to have hot water. We got the name of the guy with District Health 4 to talk to.
yeah.
And this is, I got this kind of late, so I didn't have time to research, but, going back to military days, I know at times you didn't have a well to get water from, and they had reverse osmosis systems that gave you the ability to bring in other water, and it goes through this system. I don't have
Purified,
any
yeah.
idea what the pricing is feasible. I have nothing, but I can start researching that to see if that's something we could do.
Yeah, a well's gonna cost about 10 grand.
A well,
A well, for Bill Ramsey to come down there and punch a well is about 10 grand.
well, I would recommend that,
That's kind of what I,
because I'm guessing a reverse
Oh,
osmosis
yeah,
thing
you
of
were
that
just-
size is gonna be
Oh, that's gonna be-
tremendous.
oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot more than that. Hey, yeah, Bill will come down there and punch us a well to do that for 10 grand. He gave me pricing on it. And in that package that Beth had, I had all of those different line items.
Okay,
What
would
it was
you,
gonna take
Stacy,
for all
check
the
with
different
Beth to
I
get that
will,
information
yes.
from her?
Yep.
And that's when I was throwing around the 100,000, I was hoping to get it complete package
Yeah,
done for that.
yes.
I wasn't talking just the buildings, you know. I was trying to put together something where we could do it on the cheap, which,
It was everything, yep.
yep, with everything.
Well, I know probably when your shed, they brought it in and set it right
Oh,
where you
yeah,
wanted it,
exactly.
so.
I put up flags and put it down, and that guy touched every one of my flags that I set in my corners.
So,
Of course, I'm a landscaper.
Right.
okay,
All right, perfect.
Okay. Damage scoreboard update.
They are both returned.
Yes? They are.
both?
We,
Yep.
yep, they're both gone. One of them is,
It-
no,
I-
they're not both back in our possession. We have one of the scoreboards. They have both damaged ones.
Oh, I thought they were bringing both of the,
That was a confusion. The
When they
guy showed
opened-
up, he had one in the back of the.
when they opened the second one, then they found when they completely unboxed it, it was bent. So they both
Okay.
came in, the one he knew right away, the second one, it wasn't until they were getting ready to put it up, they found it was bent.
It was
So-
in the middle of the board.
That got
when we
sent back
pulled the
also.
cover off of it.
But okay, I didn't know that they didn't
Well,
bring them both back.
right, they didn't bring both back. The Old Dominion was supposed to be there on Friday, didn't show up on Friday. Called me on Monday at like 4:30, say, hey, we're ready to, no, you're not. Everybody's gone home, I'll see you tomorrow. So he did finally show up the next day. But, when the new one came, there was a substantial amount more packing around it than there was the previous two.
Okay.
And also, when we opened it up to check the condition of it, the pieces for it were there too, the mounting brackets and the controller, and they weren't in the other ones.
Okay, I
So
wasn't
I'm
aware of
almost
that either.
curious as to whether somebody else didn't ship them back before they ended up at our place, but
So we now
So-
have two new scoreboards?
we
No,
have one
we have-
new scoreboard.
But they were both supposed to be
And-
delivered, so I need to then,
Yes.
now, I wasn't aware of that, so I
Okay.
need to get a hold of the company and find out where
paperwork
the other
I
one
had
is.
only said 1 and 1, that he gave
And
me.
my understanding also is then the one we have, we already have a place all set to mount it.
Yes, hopefully by the end of the week, weather pending, we
It's
will
not
have
gonna
it
be
up.
pending.
Well, I mean, we can do
Give me a call so I can
it
take some
isn't gonna
pictures.
rain nonstop between now and,
No.
Give me a
Friday.
call so I can
It's a
take
high
some
percentage
pictures.
yeah.
tomorrow and then it lightens throughout
Yeah.
the next couple of days.
but I will, when we go to put it up, we're ready to do that, and so that's where we're at on that. That's an easy one.
Okay.
Okay. Public comments? Board comments?
If you have scrap metal you need to get rid of, I have the 30-yard dumpster at the park again.
Scrap metal,
Scrap metal.
okay.
Bring it up there. throw it
How
in.
long is it there?
I don't know. He hasn't called me wanting it back, so I still got a few things to get in there, but there's
I got a
lots of
couple
room.
things I,
Yep, lots of room in it, and the deal on that is that he comes and drops it off, I fill it up, he picks it up, and He sends
Keeps the
us a
money.
check.
Oh, we get
Yeah.
money out of it?
Yeah, we get some cash out of it too. I mean, it's not as much as if you hauled it to an A&L yourself, but he drops it right
It's
there and he
something,
picks
yeah.
it up and it's, yeah. So,
Any other board comments? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All in
Unless
favor?
Brian wants to.
I will, it's all you want.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, meeting ended at 7:06.
All right.
Thank
Good
you.
job.